Good. Yeah. Good. Right hand. Good.
Anthony Joshua just released training footage that utterly destroyed whatever confidence Jake Paul still had. And the timing of this drop is absolutely brutal savage.
Right hand. That's the shot. See? If he comes in there, that's it over. Do you see what I mean? You don't have to do that or come out. Just boom, drop the chin.
We're talking about clips that show the massive gap between a fighter who spent his entire adult life as a professional heavyweight and someone who's only been taking this seriously for maybe 5 years. The internet is losing its mind right now, and Jake's camp has gone strangely quiet ever since this intense footage hit the public.
It's now official. How huge is it that Jake Paul can land a fight with a very recent heavyweight world champion?
Within hours of Joshua releasing that footage, social media blew up with reactions from fighters, analysts, and fans who couldn't believe what they were seeing. Comment sections across every platform turned into a demolition of Jake Paul's chances, with even some supporters now wondering if he'll survive this fight.
I never ever thought this fight would happen. Why? Because of Anthony Joshua's desire to be in the history books, to be a 3-time heavyweight champion of the world.
What's especially revealing is that Jake hasn't said a single word since this footage went public. The guy who built his whole brand on talking non-stop and having a comeback for everything has gone completely silent. No tweets, no Instagram stories, no podcast spin attempts. That silence is loud, and it hints that even Jake is starting to grasp the magnitude of what he stepped into.
This is business. For Jake Paul, absolutely crazy. Jake Paul is a domestic level professional fighter here in the UK. Would he win a British title? No, I don't think so.
His team is scrambling to do damage control, but what can they realistically say when the footage speaks for itself? You can't talk your way out of clear visuals showing your opponent looking incredible while you're at home watching like everyone else. The confidence Jake showed at the press conference has completely disappeared, replaced by the realization that December 19th might be the day his boxing fantasy collapses.
So now they're putting this domestic level fight in with a former heavyweight 2-time champion of the world. The weight is 245. So I think last time Anthony Joshua weighed around that was when he boxed Usyk. That means he's got to be fight fit on point.
Former pro boxers have been weighing in on the footage, and the consensus is nearly unanimous. Jake Paul is in serious trouble. Andre Ward called the clips scary for anyone facing Joshua. Lennox Lewis praised Joshua's sharper technique and hinted Jake should rethink his choices. Even Tyson Fury, who once said he'd bet on Jake winning, has gone strangely silent since the footage dropped.
He basically said you've got to get yourself in position, get yourself fit, and get yourself ready for fight. It's not tiddlywinks. This is a fight.
The reason this footage has caused major panic in Jake's camp is that it exposes the exact areas where he thought he had the edge. Jake has been pushing the idea that his speed and footwork would protect him for 8 rounds, but the clips show Joshua moving with a level of quickness that completely shatters that plan.
I think this is our game we're in. I think Anthony Joshua's done an amazing thing for our sport in this country. I think he could go on to be an amazing asset to boxing outside of the ring, promote.
Boxing analysts have been dissecting the clips frame by frame, and what they're seeing is genuinely terrifying for Jake. Joshua isn't just focusing on speed, he's drilling combinations and movements aimed at smaller, quicker opponents. There's footage of him cutting off the ring against both southpaws and orthodox fighters, clearly simulating Jake's style, and he makes it look effortless.
Our biggest priority wasn't Jake Paul getting a fight. Our biggest priority was the other fighters on the card who'd been training hard for this massive moment, and that's what we put together.
Joshua's body language throughout the footage exudes a confidence you can't fake. He's not just going through the motions or cashing a paycheck. This is a hungry fighter who sees Jake Paul as a chance to make a statement and remind the world that he's still one of the most dangerous heavyweights on the planet.
The chances of Jake winning that race, unless something dramatically terrible happens to Anthony Joshua, he breaks his leg on the way to the ring, You know, I can't see any version of reality where Jake Paul somehow finds a way to win one round, let alone win the fight.
What's driving Jake absolutely insane right now is that he can't dismiss this footage as promotional hype or edited highlights. These are real training sessions with Usyk's team in Spain, and the level of work is undeniable. Jake has been trying to sell the idea that Joshua is washed up or unmotivated, but this footage proves that story is completely false. The fact that Joshua has been training with Alexander Usyk's team has become a nightmare for Jake's camp. They were preparing for the Anthony Joshua who lost to Dubois, the version who looked vulnerable and hittable. Instead, they're about to face a completely different fighter, one who's learned from the best technical boxer in the heavyweight division.
Do you believe it when they say that it's going to be a proper fight?
I do believe it because AJ's involved.
Sports journalists who've covered Joshua for years are saying this is the most focused and dedicated they've ever seen him in fight prep. He's not treating this as a tune-up or easy payday. He's approaching it like a world title fight. That means Jake is going to face the absolute best version of a two-time heavyweight champ with everything to prove. The strategic impact of Joshua working with Usyk's team can't be overstated. These are the people who figured out how to beat Joshua twice, and now they're helping him fix every defensive hole in his game. Every weakness Jake's team identified during their study may already be addressed, which could render their entire game plan obsolete before the fight even begins.